Okay. Injuries, really not a whole lot to mention. McColl's thumb, he hurt in the first half. I thought Kadarius did a nice job stepping in for him in the punt game. I thought the crowd was great, tonight, and we've just got to do a better job. I thought our defense played tremendous football, aggressive. Had all those sacks in the first half. Chris Jones had a nice game. Second half, first half the offense played well, and the second half we didn't play well. So we'll get that straight. And too many penalties. They're hurting us in our drives, turnovers in the red zone, and then drops. So we've just got to take care of business here. I've got guys that I know. They're obviously playing their hearts out the best they possibly can, and they'll keep working at it. And we'll get these two halves equaled here as we go forward. But again, we had no points, which is obvious to you, but no points in the second half. We got to take care of that. All right, with that, time's yours.
This is the third straight game you haven't scored in the second half. What is it about the second half that's really giving you guys problems?
Yeah, Adam, I think we're kind of shooting ourselves in the foot. I've got to do a better job helping out with that, and then, my guys have got to do the same thing. So we've all got to pick it up a notch there. The second half, we're just not as sharp there. We'll work on that.
And did you sense that any particular element, whether it's the downfield passing in the second half, that it snowballs once guys are aware of it, that it becomes a thing?
No, I don't think so. I think penalties are drive stoppers. Guys that I've seen catch before didn't necessarily make the catch. I mean, these are good players. We're okay. We just got to get that straight. You're playing a good football team. I mean, they've done a heck of a job there with that football team, and so you play a good team. You can't lose a turnover battle. I mean, they're undefeated when they win the turnover battle. So. And then you add the penalties to it, a couple of drops to it. So we got to take care of that.
And you had the number of drops that you referred to, but also it seemed like a number of plays where Patrick and the receiver just weren't quite on the same page. Are you surprised this late in the season after a bye that there's that?
Yeah, I think they were on the same page. We were maybe off a tick, but we'll, they're on the. They know the route they're running and how to run it, and Pat knows where to go with it. We got to do a better job of connecting on it.
What did you sense that Philly was doing to take Travis out of the game? Did you sense some frustration there from him, especially in that second half?
I didn't feel the frustration other than with him not getting the ball because he was all in there with that. He had a couple catches there down the stretch, so in the second half. But we just got to do a little better job there.
Andy, how concerned are you that this is going to be a trend going forward halfway through the season? You've seen some mistakes.
Yeah, I'm not sure I buy all that. I mean, I've seen teams change things around quick in this league, so we got to take care of business there and get it done. So I'm not standing here having to talk to you guys about this. I want to get it right, and so I'm a part of that too.
Coach, in Germany, I asked you about the penalties, and you're talking about it now. Is there something that you're seeing on film that they may continue to do that they haven't worked out just yet?
Yeah, so penalties, normally you can take care of those things on certain penalties. And we've just got to do that. We've got to make sure that we're taking care of the penalties that are our problem and not, and you don't put it in the hands of the officials there. You don't want to do that. So, but we just got to take care of business there.
Coach, I know the nature of talking about penalties, but the false start on Creed was a bit puzzling to a lot of people. Did you get a satisfactory explanation?
I didn't get it. No, I didn't. I mean, I said, I don't know, that he dipped his rear end. I mean, he does that a lot, so that's not the first time. I mean, centers do that, so they look around. But I'll look at it. I got that and a different answer from someone else, so anyways, that's what it is.
Darius, is it just a matter of him being more healthy, being more involved, or is it kind of an emphasis in your self-scouting?
Yeah, well, we did tonight, yeah. So it's mainly the health part. I mean, he had a great week of practice. I've been cautious with him with his knee. We upped his load this week, and he handled it. Yeah, did a good job.
Coach, what you saw on the turnovers, it looked like Travis had the ball put away. It was a good punch. What did you see on the interceptions they had?
Yeah, they did a good job with him. You know, they made the play. So anyways, yeah, they made the play. I mean, I can put the guys in better spots there too. So, but the bottom line was they made the play. So.
Coach said Isaiah got off to a good start, in the first half. What was it that Coach did in the second half?
Yeah, we didn't. We probably didn't sustain our control of their defensive line that second half. We didn't have as good a run production. So it wasn't really anything that they did necessarily, other than us just execute a little bit better.
The defensive side, Trent McDuffie with the 2 sacks, and he seemed to be playing with a lot of fire tonight. And he and Snead both combined to hold AJ Brown to just one catch.
Yeah, I thought they did a heck of a job. Those are 2 of the best receivers around, so I thought they did a heck of a job.
All right.
Yeah.
Dave,
Patrick, just diagnose the offensive performance.
I mean, simple is we just got to be better in the second half. I mean, all season long we haven't played great football in the second half, so we have to continue to work. Obviously, had a pretty good first half running the football, but we got to find a way to finish games offensively.
Is there something consistent with the second halves, and obviously it's 3 straight without scoring? Is there something consistent over those 3?
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, today it was penalties and just miscues, but yeah, we've got to find ways to score at the end of the day. Defense is playing great football, has been all year. Offense, we got to find ways to finish football games.
Patrick, you talked about running the football. Isaiah Pacheco got out to a quick start. What changed in the second half? They
came up and they forced us to throw the football, and we didn't answer the bell. I didn't make good enough passes in certain situations, and we have to prove that we can do both. We can't be just running, can't be just passing. We have to prove that we can do both, and that's something we have to continue to work on as the season continues.
what was the message to MVS and the receivers afterward, just trying to keep their heads up after that?
Yeah, I mean, they know I'm gonna keep firing it. That's just who I am. I'm gonna fire it to the guy who's open, and they're usually they're gonna make the plays. I mean, it happens. I mean, I threw an interception in the red zone if I just flattened Jay Watt off. That didn't just lose the game. I mean, there was a lot of stuff that happened throughout the game, and so you just gotta keep firing.
Patrick, are you finding at all that the receivers are just not quite as much on the same page as you would hope by this time of year? Because there seems to be a few plays every game where just going different directions.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's just me and the receiver. I think offensively, we're just not where I would want to be at this point in the season, and that's everybody. Starts with me. I got to make better throws at certain times. We have to continue to move the ball down the field and just be more consistent thoroughly throughout the game.
What about Watson? You targeted him 11 times. I think he 5 catches. What was it that they weren't doing, I guess, that allowed him to be so much open for them? It seems like MVS couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, they were doing a good job of trying to do whatever they could to take Travis away and the run game away, and so other guys have to step up and make plays. And today that was Jay Watt, and so he made a lot of good plays in the game, and we'll have to continue that as we continue throughout the season.
Hey, Patrick, on that last throw to Marquez, Valdez-Scantling, how much regret do you have with the fact that it didn't work out? You had to play, you had to look, you wanted.
Yeah, I mean, I have no regret. I mean, they triple teamed Travis, so I went to the guy that won downfield, and Marquez won. Just didn't come away with the ball. I mean, I could probably throw a little bit shorter. He was that open, so yeah, you just got to continue to try to get better and better. Defense is keeping us in games, and if we can find a way to just get a little bit better as an offense, we're going to win a lot of these games.
After the third quarter, you had a couple of throws down the field, one to MVS, one to Watson. That you guys seemed like maybe a little bit off kilter. What did you see on those 2 plays you didn't catch?
Yeah, they brought a cover 0 on the one to MVS, and He won, but it was kind of running towards the sideline, so I tried to put some air on it to let him turn around and catch it. Obviously, with the slick field, didn't work out. And then the one to Watson, I think if I stretch my drop a little bit and put some air on the football, we can get it. I mean, he beat a great corner. But those are the little things in the second half that you have to be better at, and you can't miss those shots.
What gives you optimism that this group can put a full game together offensively?
Yeah, I mean, I know how hard the guys work at the end of the day. And you see it. I mean, the first half you could see the guys moving down the field. You could see we've had spurts where we've played good football offensively. But all you can do is go to work and try to get better and better. Obviously, I'm disappointed we lost today. I like a lot of the guys in the everybody in the locker room. And so guys will come back to work and knowing we're going to play a tough Raiders team this next week on a short week, and we have to find a way to win against a division opponent.
Patrick, you mentioned a couple times them taking away the running game. Is that, I'm guessing that's been pretty infrequent during your career that you've seen the defense make that adjustment?
Yeah, I mean, we just usually play the game whatever the game dictates. If they're taking away the running game, we pass it, and if they're letting us run the football, we run it. That's just how we've worked throughout my career, and we haven't done it consistent enough offensively to be the offense that we want to be. But like I said, all we can do is work at it and try to get better and better, and try to play our best football going into the playoffs.
How much concern do you have, if any, that the second half performances will continue going further?
I mean, I don't have any concern because I'm going to do whatever I can to play the best football I can. I know the other guys are going to do the same. And if you have concern, then you don't win football games. And so I believe in the guys that we have in the locker room, and we'll come to work with that mentality if we're going to find a way to fix it.
Patrick, so much is made about this game being, Super Bowl rematch, but in the grand scheme of things, how tough was it?
I mean, that's a great football team. We played, I thought, a great game. Obviously, offensively, in the second half, we didn't play well, but the defense did a great job against a great team, and we were putting them in a lot of bad situations. And so there's positives that you can find. I'll watch film and find them tomorrow. But at the same time, we went up against one of the best, if not the best, NFC team, and we were this close. And, I mean, in the NFL, if you don't make those plays in those big moments in the red zone and in those 2-minute drills, then you lose, and that's what we did today.
All right, thank you.